What if I told you that a single coin, minted in the year America celebrated its 200th birthday, holds a secret story of patriotism, politics, rare errors, hidden mint marks, and unexpected value that collectors are still chasing today? This is not just any coin. This is the legendary 1976 Bicentennial $1 coin, and what lies behind its design, production, circulation, and numismatic journey will leave you stunned. This isn't just about money, it's about history struck in metal, a piece of American spirit you can hold in your hand, and today we'll uncover it all from the roots to the rarest versions, every minting twist, and the treasure hunters who dedicate their lives to finding the most perfect 1976 dollar ever made. The 1976 $1 coin holds a unique and powerful place in American numismatic history. It was created during a time of great celebration and national reflection, when the United States of America marked its 200th anniversary of independence with a spirit of unity, pride, and remembrance. The U.S. Mint wanted to produce something that would represent this milestone, not just on paper or in speeches, but in physical metal, something that every American could see, touch, and carry. The result was the 1976 Bicentennial coinage, a special series of quarters, half dollars, and $1 coins that featured brand-new reverse designs celebrating the country's birth and journey. The $1 coin chosen for this honor was the Eisenhower dollar, named after President Dwight D. Eisenhower, who had passed away only a few years before and whose image first appeared on the dollar. In 1971, the decision to redesign the reverse of the Eisenhower dollar for 1976 was symbolic. It connected the military leader turned president with the celebration of freedom and democracy that America was preparing to commemorate. This new reverse featured the Liberty Bell superimposed over the moon, symbolizing both American independence and the country's achievements in space exploration, including the moon landing of 1969, which had occurred just a few years before the design was created by Dennis R. Williams, a 22-year-old student whose work was chosen from a nationwide design competition. His art would go on to be seen by millions and held in hands across the nation and even across the globe. Now, the story of the 1976 $1 coin begins far earlier than its official release. It begins with planning from the U.S. Mint and the Treasury Department. In the early 1970s, they needed to coordinate the massive production and redesign efforts for three major coins: the quarter, the half dollar, and the dollar. And unlike normal coin production, this series would carry a dual date rather than simply the year of minting. Every coin would read 1776 to 1976 to mark the bicentennial. The Mint also planned to strike these coins in both copper-nickel-clad compositions for circulation and special silver-clad versions for collectors. The silver versions would be struck at the San Francisco Mint and offered in proof and uncirculated sets that would become highly desirable among collectors for their beautiful finishes and low mintage numbers. As production began, one of the key concerns was striking quality. The large size of the Eisenhower dollar made it difficult to produce without flattening some of the design elements, especially on coins meant for circulation. The high relief of the Liberty Bell and the moon was challenging to achieve with clarity, and so many coins from this era show weakness in those areas. Collectors would later come to judge these coins not just by date and mint mark, but by the sharpness of strike, the luster of the surface, and the presence or absence of certain die varieties and mint errors. These mint marks themselves tell part of the story. The 1976 $1 coins were struck at three mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins with no mint mark were struck in Philadelphia, and those with a D or S represent Denver and San Francisco, respectively. The San Francisco Mint was also responsible for producing the silver-clad versions, which are distinguishable by their bright white surfaces, heavier weight, and unique metallic composition of 40% silver and 60% copper. These coins were never intended for circulation and were sold directly to collectors in special packaging, but some of them have made their way into the public over the years, leading to confusion and excitement when found in circulation. And then, There are the rare and unusual variations that elevate the 1976 Eisenhower dollar to legend among collectors. Some coins feature double dies, where the design was stamped twice, creating a noticeable shadow effect around the letters and numbers. Some have off-center strikes, broad strikes, or other minting errors that make them unique. One specific variety that stands out is the Type 1 and Type 2 reverse designs, although both feature the same Liberty Bell over the moon layout. Type 1 coins struck early in production show a bolder, more blocky font with less detail in the earth behind the moon, while Type 2 coins struck later feature a finer, thinner font and more detailed background collectors. Consider Type 2 to be the more desirable of the two, especially in proof and silver examples. Over the decades since its release, the 1976 Eisenhower dollar has continued to grow in appreciation among coin collectors and historians alike. While the coin never achieved great popularity in circulation due to its large size and weight, it has become a staple of American numismatics due to its historical context, symbolic design, and the passion it inspires in those who study its origins today. Finding a pristine example, especially in silver or in high-grade proof condition, can bring considerable value and pride to collectors, with certain versions reaching high prices at auction and in private sales, depending on condition, rarity, and provenance. The coin also played a unique role in American culture during the 1970s, being distributed through banks' post offices, and even as part of government educational kits, it was promoted as a patriotic keepsake. A token of American progress and unity, and its presence in homes across the country served as a reminder of the nation's enduring story, from revolution to modern republic. The Eisenhower dollar was the last large-size dollar ever produced for general use, and by 1979 it was replaced by the much smaller Susan B. Anthony dollar, making the 1976 issue the last grand coin of its kind. Even today, the hunt continues. Collectors search coin rolls, estate sales, and old family albums, hoping to discover a forgotten gem, a silver treasure, or a rare error that could rewrite their collection's story and connect them directly to a moment when America paused to celebrate 200 years of freedom, honor, and change. The 1976 $1 coin remains more than a piece of money. It is a metal canvas carrying symbols of liberty, space, achievement, presidential legacy, and the dreams of a young nation entering its third century. And for those who appreciate its full story, every detail, every edge, every shine, and every flaw tells a piece of history worth holding on to.